Welcome to my channel. This is Builder Barbie 1 and you are joining me on my surgery journey. As many of you already know, I had a mommy makeover in Dominican Republic on March the 21st, 2018 with Dr. Ferrares, a wonderful, wonderful caring surgeon. I am 46 days post-op and I am extremely happy with my results. While I was planning my first round, I was also planning my second round, but let's go in order here. So I am 46 days post-op, and I just kind of wanted to bring you up to speed a little bit because I haven't made a video since I came home, I don't believe. I am a bit more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube. It's much easier to, just kind of upload something on Instagram. However, I, do also love my YouTube channel and my followers, and I know there's information that oftentimes we're looking for when we're on this journey. And you're part of my journey, and I'm part of your journey too. So we're sharing one another's journeys. I would like to give you a little bit of a story time. Many of you may have heard about, sometimes when you are on this surgery journey that people can become jealous or, what have you. And, I had heard that, but I really didn't expect it. Unfortunately, I happened to be a recipient of it by way of a fake family member. Yes. This person thought they were outing me by telling people that I was in Dominican Republic, that I was doing this and that, when everyone that was of any actual importance to me, any significance in my life, they knew where I was, what was being done, and they were in constant communication with me on a daily basis, even video chat. So, you didn't make me look bad. You made yourself look bad. But there you go. So, another story time is a so-called friend decided to take my pictures and send them and show them and this and that and what have you. And they thought they were doing that to hurt me. However, it didn't hurt me. Actually, I've been on my surgery journey for quite some time. I have been doing research for quite some time. As you know, my Instagram channel has been here for a long time, as well as my YouTube channel. And, I don't know what they thought they were going to accomplish other than making themselves actually look petty and bad and, things like that. But, those are two instances that I've experienced, and I'm only 46 days post-op, and I haven't even had my birthday yet, which is next month. And guess what? A sister is snatched. Yes, I'm over here living my best life while other people are worried about me and, what have you. But nonetheless, que sera, sera. It is what it is. So let's kind of start with when I arrived back into the States. I arrived back into the States, and straight from the airport, I went to gorgeous spa for my first post-op massage here in the States. And I was feeling good. 2 massages a day in DR, and I had a good flight, and I went to gorgeous spa. I was feeling good. I was walking, pretty well. And they said to me, they said, "Oh, you're gonna feel great after the massage." I was like, "Oh, okay." And yeah, I really, really did feel a lot better after the massage. I was walking straight and I felt, really, really great. In DR, I was healing really well. My tummy tuck scar, everything was healing well. With the mommy makeover, I had a breast reduction and lift, so my areolas, they were healing nicely. However, the last 2 days that I was in DR, they ran out of paper tape. So I borrowed some tape from one of the other dolls that was there. And unfortunately, I was allergic to the tape. So I began to have this itching, 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 itching. And they would say, "Oh, it's healing." I was like, "No, this doesn't feel like healing." So long story short, when I went to see my surgeon, they said it was an allergic reaction to the tape and not to use the tape anymore. So that was simple. I didn't use the tape anymore. So we just, continued to apply um, you know, the regimen of treatment that my surgeon had prescribed, and covered it with gauze. And, of course, you have your t-shirt and your faja, so everything was good. Okay, so I get to Gorgeous Spa, and, they see what's going on, and, and it's around the areola, it's leaking a little bit. And, Miss Bella, one of the owners, she was concerned, and she voice texted my surgeon, Dr. Ferrares. Marta, which is one of the other owners, she looked, and she also was concerned, and she was trying to figure out. She says, "What are you eating? What are you doing?" She said, "You got to be eating or drinking something that's causing, your areola, to weep this way." And I couldn't think of anything. I was like, "Well, I'm drinking pineapple juice. I'm having a bromelain tablet." So she said, "That's part of it." She says, that sounds like," she says, "So don't do that anymore, because, wherever there's an opening, the lymphatic fluid is going to, drain from there." So, we thought that was, pretty good. So I already had a prearranged appointment with my PCP, who was following me pre-op, and I was going, had an appointment to see her, a couple of days after I returned home. So I was, on my way home from a massage, and my phone rang, and I looked down at my phone, and do you know who it was? It was Dr. Ferrares calling me from Santo Domingo. And English is not his first language. So, he's so sweet. He's so, and, he's speaking to me in English, but it's not his first language. So he sounds like so cute, and, and he told me, he says, "Doll, you're okay. No more tape, no more this or that." And he, suggested a cream that my PCP, would be able to prescribe that would be helpful. And I just was elated that he was talking to me on the phone. I mean, I was like a kid in a candy store. I was just like so happy. I mean, even now when I think about it, it just gives me great joy. You know, so I've been sending him, pictures, updates of, my progress, and, he's been pleased with the results. And my PCP, she's very pleased with the results. She's been following me very, very closely. So I'm very grateful to have such wonderful people in my life, following me and concerned about me. Now, let's talk about the infamous Lipo Itch. Is it fact? Is it fiction? Is it horrible? Does it happen? Does it go away? What? Well, I did have liposuction to various areas. I did experience lipo itch the first time when I probably was like about maybe a month or so. And, excuse me, primarily I had the most lipo on my back, and that's where, I was having the itching, like on the lower back. And it's like, they say don't scratch. Okay, so then that makes you want to scratch because it's itching. But it's not really an itch that you can actually scratch, because it's actually the nerve endings kind of, knitting back together. And scratching it doesn't really do anything. Actually, it can do your skin more harm than good, because your skin is very, very sensitive, because it's been lifted, and there's no more fat in between there, and the skin is trying to attach to muscle, and you don't want to disrupt that. You want it to attach. So when I began to experience the itch, I was prepared. I had liquid Benadryl, bubblegum flavor. I even had it in DR. Okay, and when I came back home, I had some, and when I had a little bit of the itch, I took a little bit. Well, the lipo itch for me is real. It doesn't happen every night. I can't quite put a to explain why it happens, when it happens, but I can just tell you that it does happen sometime. And what do I take? Children's Benadryl, the chewable kind. Great flavor. Yes, this here is not an endorsement. However, I do chew one at a time, or sometimes I'll take two chewable, depending on the severity of the itch, because you can take up to two at a time, and I find them to be very effective. Why do I take the children's Benadryl? Because the adult Benadryl, it's very strong, so I usually just, take the children's dose, and that works effectively for me. And I find that I don't get a headache. I don't have like this foggy headache in the morning when I take the children's Benadryl. So this is something that I have in my arsenal that is really, really great. You may have heard about the app boards, and this is the app board. I won this along with some other items from Shape Curvy on Instagram. The middle of the board goes directly over your abdomen. Okay, well, not directly over your abdomen. You have your t-shirt on, you have on your foam, and then the ab board, and these are the lateral protectors, and they are soft, and they go around, on the sides, and it's actually quite comfortable. You wear it in the day, you don't sleep in it at night. I also have a backboard. For me, I have the long one, the long black one, and I have the small pink one. The long black one, I was able to tolerate it a little bit, but not very well. My body decided to say, no, don't like you. Tried the pink one, never stayed in place, so I don't wear the ab boards. I just, use the ab board, and I'm quite pleased with that. I've been getting my massages on a regular basis, as I stated, and I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy with my results thus far. Pardon me as I have some coffee. Oh, yes, and the coffee in DR was delicious. What did I eat when I was in DR? I think you probably have seen some of my other videos. I ate rice and beans like every day, chicken, turkey, and tons and tons and tons of cucumbers. Have to feed the fat. Cucumbers, help you release fluid. So, those were some of the things that I was doing, and pineapple juice and smoothies, and of course I was having my coffee. Yes, I was having my coffee, and it did not interfere or delay my healing or anything, because my tummy tuck scar healed quickly. My areolas, they healed very quickly as well. They would have been completely healed had I not had the faux pas with the tape. But, everybody has a little something that they experience on their journey, and that was mine. Let's see. This here lovely, lovely, lovely massager. I'm going to talk about this in just 1 second. Yes, I bought this when I, started on my journey, and I brought it pre-op, knowing that I may end up needing to use it post-op. My Wakanda Fever Forever McKinsey cloth. Okay, so I've done all of this talking, and you're saying, yeah. We want to see results. We want to see the body. Okay, well, I can't exactly show you the body because, that would be like X-rated, and I don't do that. But I can show you what I look like in the faja. Okay, now it's a little awkward for me because this is on a tripod, and I am trying my best to angle everything well. And in the video, my hips look smaller than what they are in person. I do have on a 360 wraparound foam, and it is fastened in the back with Velcro. One of the main reasons for wearing the foam is so that your skin doesn't acquire any dents that might be due to wearing your faja. And currently, for the first 3 months, I'm to wear my faja 23 hours of the day, and the second 3 months, 12 hours of the day. And this is a contour faja. This is custom made for me. It has 3 rows of hooks. I am on the last row of hooks, which is great. The bra has 2 rows. I am on the last hook. And this is what I'm looking like. This is her. This is her. I want to give you a little bit of a view. I don't want to flash you. I do have, my faja has, fold over flaps. So it's not actually me that you're seeing, but I am going to kind of bend over, but I am going to cover just a little bit. So you do kind of get a little bit of an idea of what size my derriere is. Yes, a little bit of an idea. I'm still quite swollen in the abdomen, but I'm very, very pleased. I am pleased with my results. I'm pleased with my hips. I'm pleased. I had hips, to begin with, but I'm pleased. Now let me show you a little bit of this 360 wraparound foam so you can get an idea of how small my waist actually is and how thick the foam is. You see? The foam is quite thick, but it is soft, but it does have some size to it. And here I am, all the way underneath here with this foam. Yes. And I am going to hook myself back up because you do feel really great and supported with your faja. I've only gone one time without the faja, and that was when I was having the episode where my breasts were weeping a bit, and we felt the need to, I said, well, wouldn't they heal a little bit faster if they were open to air? So we did that, and so I was without the faja for a Sunday, and then I went for the massage on Monday, and so that worked out quite nicely. Now, over my ischium, which is the hip bone, I had developed little areas that were a little bit firm, not fibrosis, but they just were firm over each of the hip bones. Now, this what you're seeing here is the lipofoam. That's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing. And then this is some, the lipofoam, but some swelling. But the firm area that was in here, when I was getting the massage, she was massaging over it, and it hurt. It hurt quite a bit, and I thought that was unusual because she had been massaging me from the very beginning once I came home, and I didn't have that pain. But I had to tell her to stop because it was so painful. And I'm no punk to pain. I had the full mummy makeover. I had my eyebrows microbladed. I had my the liner tattooed on my lips and everything, and no punk to pain. I even had the chin lipo, but that was something like totally different. That was kind of like as surprising as when they took out my drain, and my drain wasn't uncomfortable when it was in. It pinched every now and then, but when I went for them to take it out, OMG, as they pulled it to take it out, I could feel the whole thing burning as it went around my waist. But, it had to come out. And that's what I told them. I said, hey, you know what? Wait just 1 second. Let me get myself together. And I let them take the drain out. It was rather comical. But nonetheless, here is the massager. It's not an endorsement. It is... But this is what I purchased from Amazon, and it is NURSAL, and it comes with multiple attachments, multiple speeds, as well as heat. And what I did was I had it going across the area on vibration, and I did that for, maybe 5 minutes back and forth or so, or 2 minutes or so on each side, on the lowest setting and no heat. And when I went back for my next massage, those two areas that were hard had softened up quite nicely. So, that was great. I was very, very happy about that. I did order some things, some clothes, and I guess what I will end up doing is a little haul video, possibly, just to let you see some of the things that I purchased and how I look in them. Well, please subscribe. Continue to follow me on my journey. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. If there's anything that I can answer, I will. If not, maybe I'll be able to direct you, to where you might be able to obtain the answers. Thank you so much for sharing in my journey. Thank you for being part of my journey. Remember to be kind. I know my videos are long, but hopefully they are informative, entertaining, and helpful. Remember to be kind. Blessings to all.